Hello? Oh, why do I hear my oh, I'm a dummy. Guys, I'm sorry. I had Switch open on a tab. I had it muted, or I thought I did. I guess I just had it pause. Sorry, I will be gone again. Give me a moment, we'll start stream. Alright, chat, we'll start in just a second here. I have Ollie in my lap right now, so, excuse me if I sound a bit distant from the mic. I'm going to, let's see. We'll have the music keep running. I'm gonna let it loop one more time, because I'm getting something ready for this 4th of July. Let's see, did I take a screenshot of that? I probably should have the screenshots folder open. I only say that because it's related. It's gonna be another tier list, but I guarantee you, you guys will like this one. I've hinted to wanting to do this in the past, and I've finally been getting around to it. Unfortunately, Ollie's been taking a lot of attention recently, so I couldn't really do it. But let me see here. Where is the screenshots folder? It's right here. Okay. Then we go all the way down. Right? Okay. So I did not take a screenshot of this. What is the other one that we needed? Let's see here. We got... That sounds familiar. I'm not going to add that one, though. And do this one, and then we can add... of course, we gotta add fusion in this. I'm sure just from me saying that, you guys can make an assumption as to what I am making. Let's see here. This is just the section of them. Where are we at here? Yeah, we're still doing Blood Moon Owen. Let's see, okay. No, we don't want to play that one. Did I already get this one? Revoked? Yes, I did. Okay, let's see. Road Trip. There's 2 of them called Road Trip. I don't... Okay. I guess I can add Trident, or Total Death. That's how people know it as, so I'll just put it in parentheses. With ED, because that stands for something that I have. Just kidding. That's impossible. No, it's a fact. It's a fact. I have ED, everyone. This is a fact. Okay. What else were we at here? Oh, you know what? I actually... Shit. Hold on. I gotta drag that up first. There we go. Sorry, peoples. Let's see, get rid of that. We have... This. Is that 2 of them? Okay, cool. And then did I take a screenshot of that? No. I'm sorry, guys. I'm just finishing up a little something here for the, not the end of the stream, but like, cause we're gonna finish Blood Moon here in a second. Oops, sorry, guys. Let me actually put, and I don't want to put OBS on that side because then it's gonna screw up every. Oh well, it already did. It doesn't matter. I don't know why I'm not doing this on the other monitor. What are you guys saying? Yo, best card in Clash Royale. Trade All-Star, Zombie Teeth. Craggle Zombies, a Swatch. Okay. You know, I don't know why I bothered. Okay, let's see here. So we have this one. Is there anything else I need to add in terms of at least the PvZ 1 mods? Let's see, no, Sky City. I remember playing that one, but that wasn't really notable. Travel Around Time, I already have that one. Ultimate Edition sounds familiar. And then... Spawn rate, PvZ bond, no. Okay, I'll just add the randomizer thing, and then we'll go. We'll start stream, because we need to start at some point. and then I can add more as we progress through the thing. Okay. So guys, I hope everyone is having a good day today. How are we doing? Hopefully everyone's... That's a good time on there. Hopefully you guys are doing well, because I am doing fantastic. Again, Ollie is in my lap. He is asleep. And we are, you know, I'm excited because not only is it July 4th and that is a holiday. I can turn off the music now. Oop. Let's see here. Where did I download the mod? I literally do not remember, Goku. All the PvZ1 mods I have, I do not remember. I will say, there are YouTube channels out there that post mods on their own website. That's probably one of these situations. Owen's always making friends here. But yeah, it's probably going to be one of these situations. So, as you can see, we're on this tier list right now. But I also want to make something. I'll allow here. I'll get rid of the stream starting soon because we're basically started now. Let's go ahead and do this. Are they pirated? Not really. I mean, they're just a separate mod. It's like, you know, not pirated or anything. Let's go ahead and grab these. We'll copy this. We'll move this to that folder. And then, last but not least, I shall... whoops, not right there. Okay, where are we at? Perfect. Okay. Choose files. Let's go to pixels. I want to go to the pixels so I can go to my save pixels and go to the TLS and go to the PvZ mouse. And then open. Boom. Alright guys, check this out. You guys ready? 3, 2, 1, boom. You guys see that? We have... I have not finished. Again, the last time I'm bringing this up, Ollie is asleep in my lap. I did not want to. You know, it was kind of hard to move him around without waking him up. He woke up, but, you know, I felt bad. But we have some PvZ1 mods in here that I've played. Not all of them, but these are all the ones I remember. Now, I would add the PvZ2 ones, and we'll probably get to that. I'm sure you guys want to see the PvZ2 mods as well, so I'll add them in here as we progress. But we need to finish, what's up, Revik? We have to finish up with Blood Moon first. And then after we finish with Blood Moon, we will... Hold on, this is gonna annoy me. There we go. After we finish with Blood Moon, we'll do this, and then stream will be over. Because I'm sure you guys have stuff to do on 4th of July. I know some of you guys live overseas, so maybe that's not the case for you. But otherwise, here, let me add 2 rows below. Otherwise, I mean... you know, I have stuff to do. Because me and a few friends are going to hang out at one friend's place. We're going to play pool all night. They're probably, you know, going to be partying. I'm not really a party guy. I'm probably just going to, you know, sit in the corner. But as long as I'm with my friends, right? But yeah, anyway. Let's see here. I shall go into here, and boom. Okay, check in audio levels. We seem to be all good. Alright, guys, so for minigames, check this out. We have Last Stand, Zombotany 2, got Walnut Bowling 2, Pogo Party, and finally Dr. Zomboster's Revenge. Now, the problem with all of this is that these last 5 I can see being really challenging. I thought the others, some of the others, would have been pretty bad. Like, I thought Bobsled Bonanza was going to be pretty bad. It wasn't. Now, that being said, I did expect Column Like You Seem to be hard. It was hard. The game almost killed me. I'm surprised it gave me jalapeno at the end. But these last five are going to be something else. So, as we are technically able to skip one more minigame, but we need to save the skip for Pogo Party. I'm not able to, because I can't beat It's Raining Seeds, but we need to save the skip for Pogo Party. Because the problem with Pogo Party is Pogo Zombie has been buffed to high hell, which I would assume would make it impossible. I'm out. Okay, see you, Owen. So hopefully we can do the rest of this. We'll go ahead and start Last Stand right now. Alright. I'm really not sure how we're going to do this. We have... Let's see, we have 5,000 suns. Mom said I should get out of my phone at 10, but she's cooking, so she doesn't know. Alright. So, let's see here. We could do Pumpkin Gloom. That is an option. It is probably going to be the most reliable one at the start. The thing is that I can't give that information, Goku. I literally do not remember. You know, even if I did, I would not be sharing, you know, that type of download information, like that. But I think Pumpkin Gloom is the right idea. Now, the thing is that we have Jack-in-the-Box zombies. For some reason, these guys have more health, and I'm not a fan. So maybe we want to grab Magnet Shroom with them. I can get Starfruit. That's a thing I can do. Tall Nut, another thing. We might want garlic. I'll get a squash. Otherwise, yeah, I think this is what we want. Oh, you know what? I forgot Fume Shroom. Yeah, I think this is gonna be okay. I grabbed Starfruit because I need a slow of some kind. This is just gonna be the cheapest one. It's not gonna slow everyone, which I might want Wintermelon for. And that's kind of the big scary with this. I can't really fit it anywhere else, so I can get rid of Pumpkin, honestly. I can go Garlic, Tall Nut, just that. I don't need Pumpkin, I think. Alright, we'll try that. We'll see what happens. Uh-oh, big lag spike. Alright. So let's think about this. Usually what people do is go here and here with the garlic. I'm thinking we might want to go top and bottom instead. And that's only because of Wintermelon. Because, like, I have a vision right here. If I did... Like, let me cook, guys. Let me cook. If I did something like this... That's already 1,000 sun. And then... Here, you know what? Let's get all the lily pads in here, because these are free. We can just do this. There we go. Just have some meat shields going on. Okay. I will double garlic on this. We will do Gloom Shrooms right here, as well as right here. Okay, right there. And then we will want Magnet Shroom for the armored guys, because these guys suck. All of the armored guys suck. Alright, we could... I can go another Gloom. Or I can go... We could go Melons right here. I could have bumped these guys one up more. For another Gloom. Should I do that? I mean, like, it's not like I can sell them. But... I might want to in case, like, Dolphin Riders and, you know, bigger guys that come in here. We'll get more sun later on anyway. I think we'll be fine. As long as we have... I don't think I'll need to restart. As long as we have something. Right here. And we might want to just spam, like, magnet shrooms for the rest of the game. So, I'm gonna save a bit of sun in case we need more garlic repairs. Actually, this magnet shroom, it might be a bit far. That might be a little bit far. Whatever. We'll do these. This is just a test. We're just gonna let ride. See what happens. This could always go pretty bad. I'm expecting to go pretty bad. Okay. Now we could go the classic way again. We can go the classic way with how you usually play this. With garlics right here and then gloom shrooms all along this. I'm just worried about these magnet shrooms. I don't think they're gonna reach. If they don't, we'll restart real quick. But they're not gonna reach. Oh, well, football zombie is able to be reached. Maybe that's good then. Maybe we want them, like, separated. Let's go ahead and start replacing here. Those tall nuts are being, like, destroyed. They're being dismantled. Okay, that's not good. Okay, let's restart. This is not gonna work. What I can do, there are, of course, other options. I also think that Wintermelon could actually nip me in the butt more if I do it. Because while I would like to have it, again, Jack-in-the-Box Zombie. Jack-in-the-Box Zombie is gonna just be terrible if I have it slowed. I was cooking. I think I had an idea, but thinking about it in the long run, it wouldn't have gotten past the first flag. There was no way. I'm sure it would have, you know, done stuff at the second flag. Third flag, I would be dead. I'm thinking, you know, I don't really need to spend that much on Tallnut. I can go 2 walnuts and be fine. Because they're only 25. I should be taking more advantage of these sun costs, or these prices. I can go Ice Shroom if that's really going to be a concern of mine, though. Just put down a few Ice Shrooms. They're pretty cheap. Cob Cannon would be funny. Though, I'm only able to really put down 2. That wouldn't do a lot. Okay, let's try something more classic. I'm gonna take these. Put them along this side. Go one more. Do this. So, okay. I'm gonna fill this up with the lily pads, and then behind these lily pads, or well, behind the Tallnut, I'll probably put here. I will do the magnet shrooms here, so they can actually reach this time. And then these are really cheap. I might as well, like, get another thing going right here. Because there's a lot of metallic objects. Now do I want to do... I'm probably gonna end up spending more on walnuts. if I don't do this. So I will do that. I will put these on the edges here. I will get some ice shrooms in preparation. There we go. This is gonna be scary. I'm not too sure how this is gonna go. Again, we always have the option to skip. Ideally, I wouldn't like to, but if I need to, I will, and we can like carry on and then worry about the skip later. Now, newspaper zombies aren't really bad with Bloom Shroom. That's great because these guys have stupid amount of health on the newspaper. Okay. Let's see here. Oh, money. Gotta pick up that money. We need to get cattail. That's another thing. That'll be so good for Zombotany too. Go ahead and get a shovel here. Alright. So far, so good. This is doing really nice. Barely any munches on the tall nuts here. All my magnet shrooms are out of commission though. That thought is a little bit scary as we carry on. Though we should be fine for next flag, at least. Perhaps I want to grab Doomshroom as a cleanup. So then these guys have some more time to, you know, do stuff. But I also, again, I have Ice Shroom to do that. I think we can just let this ride. Because Magnet Shroom, most it's going to do is pick up, you know, extra All-Star helmet. Not the biggest thing in the world. Put down one more Ice Shroom for now. This is probably the point where we will start getting Ice Shrooms in the thing here. Or start, you know, using them. Let's see here. Okay, I'm gonna get this because it looks like they're about to... I want to make sure I keep on top of the recharge. Righty. Okay. As long as these back ones don't die, these back garlics, a little bit worrisome. What's up, Cody Oranges? Okay, that's a little problematic. It's okay though. They can eat the back garlic if they need to. Alright, hold on. That was something. Ooh, boy. Okay, I don't have the sun for that. I should have... I don't know. Should I have went a little bit less crazy on the magnets? Maybe. This time I'll save up sun for, instead of using, you know, putting down another Ice Shroom. Though, because it looks like we're starting to get to the point where I will need to replace Scarlet multiple times. Okay, we're saving this and hoping that we get good pole vaulter RNG. I do not want a lot of pole vaulters this run. If we do get them, it has to be top and bottom lane. Okay. Oh man. Oh, you know what? I forgot to add stuff to the tier list. The plant tier list. In particular. That one we forgot some of the you know, premium plants. I don't know how that even happened. I think it was just because, like, you know, I bought them last minute, so I didn't really think about it. Okay, wait, hold on. That's bad, that's bad. Freeze, freeze, freeze. Don't want to lose a gloom shroom here. This could be the end of the run. That second lane has very damaged garlics. I'm really hoping they can both hold out, but okay, well, that's not a good sign. Oh, that's really not a good sign. I think this is the right idea, though. I just need to change up some things. Let's go ahead and quickly add to that plant tier list, though, because I have some things to add. Okay, first off, Gatling Pea. Now, if anyone remembers how Gatling Pea works here, I mean, well, it's really only go. Oh, whoopsie! It's really only the a plant I would use if I brought Torchwood. It's very slow to set up, and the groups and hordes of zombies makes it pretty bad compared to Repeater. Because it does well with, like, very well with Torchwood. Better than Repeater at that. But the thing is, Repeater is very cheap. It's very fast to put down. This takes a while. And most of the time, I'm not really taking this if I'm just taking Repeater. If I'm taking Repeater, I don't need Gatling Pea. Most times. Again, this is more of like a just endless or survival thing, like Cob Cannon. I will put it above Cob Cannon. I feel like there's a teensy bit more use than Pea Shooter here. Just a teensy bit, but it's not going above Fume Shroom, I think. Gloom Shroom, this is... Oh man, this is a tough one. This is toughy, because I've only used it in a couple levels, but I can tell there's a lot of moments where I would have thought it would be really good on a roof. Unfortunately, I couldn't afford it on roof because I bought the seed packets instead. For the seed slots. I'm gonna have to go like, ew, does it beat Starfruit? I think it beats Starfruit. I'm gonna say it's gonna go high A. Regardless. No. Maybe? No. Colonel kind of beats it out too. I think that's a good spot, though. I think that's a good spot for him. Only thing that really holds Gloom back is the fact that you need to build really hard around it. Like, you have to get pumpkin or you have to get garlic. And garlic is one of those things that you can see as, like, low E. Sorry, gotta go by. That's okay. Goodbye, Cody. And then pumpkin, while it is a bit higher, pumpkin struggles from being, like, it gets overwhelmed a lot. So it makes it kind of a bad option. I will say, I did not buy Twin Sunflower, so maybe we won't. We could put it in unranked, but no, it's okay. Wintermelon. This is really just about apply the slow. There's a reason why my Melon Pult's only in B here. In fact, it might go lower. It's just the fact that there's very fast zombies, and this thing is very slow. But Wintermelon will go up a couple spots, because this does apply a very consistent slow compared to, stuff like, well, I mean, there's not really anything else that really gives chill other than Starfruit and Ice Shroom. But this is like slows everybody. This is like slows, one guy per lane. This is slow every guy, but, long recharge. So it's really up to you which one is best for chill. I'm just saying, I'm just putting him this low because, 500 Sun with a very hard early game is kind of difficult. Okay, what else? What else? Don't have these guys yet. Okay, let's carry on. Okay, now chat. Listen, I think Gloomshroom was the right play. I think it was. I will grab these guys again. Garlic is the thing that's making me question this. Do I want to do Gloom Wall? Do I want to do Gloom Wall instead of Gloom Walk? If anyone is confused, Gloom Walk is the term for the garlics, and then Gloom Wall's the pumpkin thing. I'm gonna try pumpkin this time. We'll see if that does any better, because they weren't really munching on tall nut all that much. Hey Owen, welcome back. We'll go ahead and grab Magnet again, because I think that was, pretty good. I'll grab Spikeweed this time. That one might be, I don't know, that's like, it's not really gonna help us here. A lot of these zombies, don't really, that's not gonna add much DPS. Gloomshroom needs to be on TLC, my 600-pound life. Alright. Well, cool, Owen. What am I getting rid of? Garlic? Is there something else? Walnut. Yeah, no, I don't really care. Okay. Let's, So there are a couple things I can do differently. For example, I don't really know a good spot. It doesn't really matter. I'll put in a fourth column. So here's where our Gloom Wall is gonna start. Do this. Do some pumpkins. This starts off a bit more expensive, but it also means that I don't have to worry about spending some later. Okay, with that, this is where I can start getting magnet shrooms down again. Okay. Would that reach? No, I should stop asking that question. Every single time the answer is no. And realistically, I can let go of this. I mean, obviously, pole vaulters are going to come in. So I don't have to worry about dolphin riders right now. I will hold on to this pumpkin. And we're gonna wait for, pole vaulters to show up. So that way they can actually save me here. Maybe I could put it on the bottom, because those have a little bit less DPS. We'll see. We'll see what happens. Alright. I'm very nervous about this, guys. I think this is gonna do worse than Gloomwalk. Like, look at this. Conan zombies are they're getting close. Everything else won't, but it's those that are scary. Let's see if pole vaulter becomes an issue with this. On this lane. Should be fine. Hold on to this one. Okay. A lot of football zombies. Dude, cones can't even reach when they're in the middle. As long as they're not on the edges, we're fine. That's the only reason why this pumpkin's low. This could be a very scary lane. A lot of these magnets are being taken up. Okay. Well, I'm glad I saved. I'm glad I saved the pumpkin. Not for the right reason, but I'm glad I did. Jack in the Box might be one of those things that get countered by Ice Shroom. that more than anything. I'm also glad, I'm liking what I'm seeing. They're grabbing the buckets before they're grabbing the screen door. I guess that makes sense. They're probably thinking it's a buckethead zombie before they think it's a screen door zombie. Well. I will put this here. We might lose this magnet shroom, which makes it a bit worrisome. Because I did see it get, like, nipped a couple times. Not enough, though, for me to really be that concerned, so I will get one ice shroom. And whether I get pumpkin or coffee bean is dependent on what happens here. I might want to... I'm gonna... Hopefully I can save. Because I would like to get pumpkin on these lanes. On the pool lanes. This is probably where Dolphin Rider is going to show up. Or at least next... Maybe next wave? I just don't want it showing up right now. Okay, this is unideal. These lanes are right here are very unideal. Okay, that bottom lane is not good. Oh, okay, we lost a magnet shroom. That's not good. They're all very busy. Oh boy. Yeah, this might not work either. I was feeling good about this one, but I'm not seeing, you know, much. Maybe Gloomshroom isn't the play? I mean, it has a really nice pierce. Oh yeah, okay. It has a really nice pierce. So maybe it can be good DPS, but I don't think it's, you know, the finisher. Now what I can do, we still got options. I can see how far just melon spam gets us. Well, of course, let's see if we can get this in here. I can see how far melon spam will get us. I don't expect it to be a lot. But again, we'll see. Okay, let me think here. So, how much is that gonna be? 900, 1200. So I'll have like 2,800 left. Okay. I swear to God, I heard like the Xbox game bar noise play. I don't know. I think I might be schizophrenic. Okay, let's carry on. Maybe magnets here, and then I don't know. Okay. Whoops. Shoot. Well, they can eat that. Okay. Let's do some of that as well. Okay, screw it. Sure. We'll let this be the last attempt on, what is it? On Last Stand. We'll move the Zombotany too. Who knows? Maybe Pogo Zombie was, you know, maybe they're switched out with something else on Pogo Party. Okay. Nice. We have Dolphin Riders already? Shit, I didn't realize that at the last round. Yo, can one of y'all wake up? Like, holy shit. Okay. Yeah, crazy. Okay, yeah, let's go ahead and, switch minigames. Also, hold on. Money. Boop. We did get quite a bit of cash from that. So we can buy cattail now. Who knows, maybe that will actually help us on, the thing. I don't think it will. I don't think that will be your main concern with just, you know, having cattail. Is this changed anyway? Okay, why is it 675? Let's see here. Whatever, let's just keep grinding some moolah here. Come on, get thirsty again. Get thirsty again, or I'm taking the water away forever. Okay. Oh, Ollie, you awake? Nope. No, he's not awake. Alright, backwards squash, don't mind if I do. Let's go ahead and switch to Zombotany 2 now. Now this is going to be quite buns. It's gonna be quite buns. 675, again, very steep cost, so this has to do something, like, different. Because y'all are silly, like, let me tell you. Y'all are silly. Cattail is not, like... I mean, it's a good plant, especially early game. But you get to mid game, and then it starts getting, like, swarmed by everything. Of course, you're pairing it up with other attackers, but by then, it's just a repeater on the lawn. You know what would do better? Columnar repeaters. Like, I know it's cheaper and it's got homing, but that's what makes it, like, good early. Usually I remove it in my endless runs to switch out for Blover and, like, make other space for, like, another Twin Sunflower or something. Let's see. I'll take squash, I'll take potato mine. I will go with walnut. Attention. What did we do last time? I guess we did just do garlic and then gloom shroom. But then that doesn't really leave much... I don't know. I don't really have the seed slots for this. Then again, I'm not grinding to 80k. Okay, we'll see how that does us. We do have the advantage of having the pool at the beginning. So I don't have to worry about sunflowers. But I do have to worry about the big swarm that's gonna happen here. At the start. Realistically, taking potato mine would have been a better idea. Let's go ahead and do that. I have a plan here, guys. I promise. Okay. Right. So, let's do that. Nice. And what's happening here? Okay. Beautiful. I will... do this. Get that on. Perfect. Alright. Now we're probably not gonna get another Gloom Shroom in time, but I can Doom Shroom, and that's probably what I'm gonna do. Can't remove everyone, that's okay. I do want to get another one of these. Okay, kind of scary. We'll be able to scrounge up another Doom Shroom at the end here. Okay. Let's see. I shall... Okay. That missed? Okay. Not good. Not good. That was actually terrible placement. I should have put one back. This ain't good. Yeah, we lost. Alright, cool. Restart. Now what I can do, because, well, that was a little bit less costly. I'm gonna take jalapeno. It's gonna be better here. And then... Sorry, I'm umming a lot, but I just don't know what to say. Go with garlic. Go... Okay, we have garlic. We have, we want Doomshroom, of course. I'll take Tallnut for a wall. Okay. We might want to triple garlic, because I don't really know. You know, I think we might want to triple garlic. Oh, whoops. Well, that sunflower is gonna die. My bad. Kernel pull is also another option I can do. I can grab that for stalling. Not like I'll have much of a reason to stall, but no, it works. Also, I'm fucking hating this. I hate this RNG. Not gonna get that garlic in time. We might as well let that go. Alright. Do this. And then... I'm not liking the spread here. I don't know why I made them move lanes. It doesn't matter, I'm gonna Doomshroom them anyway, but I meant to put on the other side. It's okay though. Hold on, what would be better? That's gonna miss, unfortunately, because I suck. I'm washed or something. It's okay. I think we can stall up to next Doomshroom for that guy in particular. So it's not the end of the world, but I didn't really want to put a Tallnut right there. That's the only thing. I will, however, start working toward a Gloom. We won't have enough sun for that. We might as well mow her. Let's get that. Maybe I should have left that space open. Put that one back. Do this. Alright. Let's do this now. Okay. I have to really pay attention to my garlics as we progress, because this zombie density is actually abysmal. Having Imitator would be really good. Especially here. Especially here. Like, you don't even know the half of it, sister. go ahead and do that. Oh, we are another bloom shroom ready. Let's go. Put that right here. Okay, well that was pretty stupid idea considering coffee beans not off the cooldown. Okay, there you go. Can you please reach? Okay, nice, awesome. We love to see it. Get out of my lawn. Oh, my pool. Get off my pool. Now I really just play the waiting game. Though that's gonna be very hard to do with them eating the tallness like this. I can garlic those guys. I shouldn't have done that. Shit. Alright. Stop him. Need for an extra stall? I don't know. That was really dumb. Oopsie. What the hell is this? This RNG is terrible. Do we see that? Okay, so Zombotany 2 also might be another one of those that I don't even know. I don't know about Zombotany 2. That they showed like that many Gatling peas. I mean, I guess it makes sense on Roof, because on Roof we didn't have that much of a problem because they had more variety. Here this is different. This is way different. My only saving grace now is like see what Cattail does. This is gonna be a fail of a stream. Like I'm not gonna lie. Can't get past these. I wonder if there's a way I can use PvZ tools to unlock all minigames. There probably is. But we'll see. We'll see. Okay, Cattail. I will grab Garlic again. It was a good early game, but oh man, how much I wish I had Imitator. Probably will want this. Now there are a few other things I can try. There are like quite a few. So it's not the end. It's not end as in like it's not gonna make this impossible. But I think I would need some money. Okay. Well then. Oh, he's twitching in his sleep. Right on me. I did the exact same mistake. I put that sunflower in the lawn. That will actually freaking die. The game is going to not... They're going to spawn on all 4 lanes. What is this? You know, you couldn't have done that like any other time. Why now? This is like the most experimental I'm being, and now you're sending me like best RNG on the planet. Hell, let that mower go. Because I'm going to put a garlic there anyway. And we're not using bloom shroom anymore, so I don't really care where the garlic goes, so long as the middle one stays.
Okay, do this. Let's get some of that. Cool. This is when they like send us squash zombies, like even though it's way before it's actual curfew, and it'll send it right here. Gets rid of my potato mine. Nah. Oh well. Nah. Okay. Where are we at? Do this. I want cattail really bad. I need to know why it's so much more expensive. Okay, let's do this. Get another one of these. Alright, let's save up for that cattail now. Alright, let's figure this out. What's going on with you? What? Okay, so I'm does the mod creator for this like have a thing for butter? I'm noticing a lot of these. Oh, well, I guess it's only the thorns. Actually, that makes more sense. All the butter or all the thorn projectiles are now butter. But then Colonel Paul also got more butter as well. So, oh no, maybe they have a thing for butter. I don't know. Not my business. Nor would I like to know. Alright, we have to be ready for this because I honestly am unsure about... Okay, this is more doable. I'll do this. I'm concerned with that bottom lane. We should be fine though. We'll do that. Get some of that going. Do some of this. Alright, that tall nut is gonna tank that, unfortunately. Or not. But you know who did tank it? That freaking guy. Awesome. You'll love to see it. Really don't know what to do about that. Getting more cattails isn't really gonna solve anything, considering this is more... This is just a single target sun. This is not worth the money. Like, it's fun, yeah, but... I mean, it'll keep that guy infinitely stalled so long as, you know, keep... Okay. Keep that dude. I probably shouldn't have shoveled that guy in particular, but that's okay. We'll get another garlic to act as a shield. Do this. Oh boy. Okay, hold on guys, I'm really thinking here. I'm just really waiting for the good time for the Doomshroom. I don't know when though. Guess now. Like, it's not gonna kill everything, but it will kill most. Well, it's quite a bit as well. Also, a ton of walnuts? Hell yeah. It's fire. Maybe I do want another cattail. We'll get that. See how that does. Okay. Everything's doing alright. I'm gonna replace this guy. Oh boy, that can get out of control if I'm not careful. Okay, that's fine. Thank you, Doomshroom. You're my freaking savior. My fleeking savior. We do this. I shall, let's see, trip up Squash. Get a Doomshroom right here. And then let's get Doomshroom going here now. Cool. Good stuff, good stuff. I need another garlic for this. Wow. Alright, let's go. Okay. Not a fan of this jalapeno. I'm really not a fan. I don't know if that's worth it, but I would like to keep those tall nuts. You are not triggering that. Okay, do this. We have 3 Gatling peas in that lane. Oh boy, this is stressful because this is gonna get us a second flag, definitely. But I don't want to. I don't know if this is gonna be enough. Whoops. Wrong guy, but that's okay. That's okay. That might actually save us. Who knows? What am I doing? Oh my god. Yo, I'm selling. I'm actually selling the run all of a sudden. This one. Thank you. Come in. Okay, guys, Dad walked my room. Ollie's up now. What's up, Ollie? You happy? Okay. Alright. Let's see here. Yeah, that's perfect. This is actually really good. I'm not a fan of the Gatling Pea in this lane. I shouldn't have actually activated that way sooner. That's okay. It's okay. Sunflower will take the bullets for you. Cool. We'll wait for the jalapeno on that. We'll get another garlic here. Right here. There we go. I will... Let's see. Now I will wait. No, I won't. I'm impatient. We have to do it now. It was rather me or us. Or what? Me or them. Okay, that sucks. That really sucks. That's okay, though. Oh, what am I doing? I have a doomshroom out. I hope that wasn't there for too long. We have to get a garlic's cure refreshed. Okay, that's fine. Nice. Okay, this is good RNG. I'm liking this. I'm liking this. Not a lot of jalapenos. The ones that are here are not in bad of a lane. Just weighing my options here. I would like to get that potato mine ready. Let's do that. And then we get that guy. Okay, so let me see here. Doomshroom here, and then nice. Cool. You refresh this middle one. Oh, definitely. Okay. Ollie is now sleeping behind the trash can. Silly goose. Alright. Get rid of that. Oh, wait. Okay. Luckily I looked. Luckily I looked. Let's do that. Where are we at? Okay. I have a Gatling Pea down there. I will actually put the garlic there then. Because that guy can wait. Alright. Garlic right here. Do it. Thank you. Okay. I shall do that. Oh boy. I'm not liking where these Gatling Peas are spawning. It's really making this extra difficult. That's not good. Okay. We might have to... Maybe I should have done that backwards. No, it's okay. We have to do that though, regardless. I don't mind too much, but let's do that for an early Doomshroom. Did lose a potato mine there. Not happy about that one, but we're okay. We're living. It's a living. No, okay. Okay, do this. Get a Doomshroom. Get all my sons and daughters. Okay, final wave. I just have to protect this top one, and that's definitely possible. Okay, we're gonna wait. Jesus, how would they all spawn on that? Didn't even see them all. Alright. There we go. We'll incinerate all these doohickeys for existing. And then, yeah, we basically won. Boom. Alright. That was scary. I guess I see the idea in Cattail, but that was the only instance where it actually would have been good. Like, with how fast it shoots butter, like, it makes sense. But I don't quite understand the... I don't know, it makes sense. I like the idea, but we have so many butter options now that it makes it a little, you know... It makes it a bit excessive. Also, that just so happened to be like a really good spot where it would work. Just because it was on botany. We had garlics everywhere. Otherwise, I don't really do too well. Okay, well, you know what? Now we're 26, we'll do walnut bowling, and we'll probably get to that tier list right after, because I don't know. I don't think we're getting to Dr. Zomboss's Revenge. Alright. Come on, Mr. Newspaper. This one could be just as, you know, impossible. I don't know yet. With the extra health for Buckethead and Newspaper Zombie, that definitely can be the case. I'll get my food ready as we roll in some walnuts here. Alright, slow but steady. Uh-oh. Lag spike. Alright. Bro somehow missed. Okay. Here, let me do this. Uh-oh. Headphones acting up. Okay. Mm-hmm. Nice. Did I get a crit with that one? Why did that, like... Why is he already on that stage of his armor? Okay. Whatever, Bam. I'm actually not gonna be able to eat, like, this walnut bowling. This is gonna be impossible. I wish these guys were close together. I would love to explode that here. Unfortunately, that cannot be the case with the two pre-existing bodies at the same time. Let's go ahead and blow him up. Yeah. Okay. That's not good. Forgot Michael Jackson was here. Get rid of him. Go, 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 go. Get out, get out, get out of my way. Are you serious? Okay. We just avoided every single backup dance here. Wowee. Alright, do that. Oh, see, that was way more perfect. We'll get one of these going as well. Alright. Hopefully we can do that more often. Like, that was good. They're all ignoring that buckethead on the bottom. Alright, there we go. Oh man, we have to at least launch one here. Launchy, launchy, launchy. Get rid of this. I can explode a nut up there, or no, that's not worth it. I'd rather do a giant walnut. And this could be walnutable. I don't know if that is true. Worth checking out though. Okay, not when you do that. Shoot. Do that. Oh, that was such a waste. Alright, cool. Let's get rid of these guys. Can we get another bounce in? Okay, well, not like that. That is actually horrendous. What the hell was that? Boom. Okay, alright. Me likey. H. Hello, Owen. Another one? Yeah, another one. And then we go middle here. This actually might be able to hit that cone head. Yeah. Okay, do it again. Oh yeah, do it again. Let's go. This exploder nut right here. Do this. We can do a giant walnut there. Making sure next wave. Yes, I can. Oh, that was perfect timing for Michael Jackson. Okay, we'll let them roll in again. No pun intended. Another bite of my food. Big train. That might be exploding nut right there, so ignore that. But I will launch these. Okay, that was actually terrible. Doesn't matter, we'll have to do that anyway. It's okay. I don't know why I thought the explosion radius was gonna be massive. Oh boy. Alright. Roll in again. Alright. Cool. This is bad. I don't exactly... Well, we're gonna have to do that anyway, because there's so many screen door bucket heads. There's no way we're getting through that. Let's get something like this here. I didn't want to do that either. Okay. Do this, that's fine. That was pretty good. That was pretty good. Do this. Let's go ahead and what's up, Paralockism. Do that. Bam. Alright. Roll in more walnuts, pretty please. Another disco zombie. These are always scary. Ooh, wait. Perfect. Let's go. Alright, I am exploding nutless now, so I can't be too crazy on them. Okay, we got one more back. Anything else? We're fine. Michael, yeah, so no, gonna have to get a bit closer than that. There you go. I have to do that. We weren't getting 2 walnuts anyway. Okay, what's next wave? Okay. What's up, Intulis? This is really bad, RNG. Can we... Okay. Okay. Yeah, sure. Not one of you bounced the right direction. I right-clicked. Great. We were doing really well. Well, it doesn't matter, because, you know, I technically would have won that. I don't know why I even right-clicked. I didn't have anything in my hand. Why is that a thing? How do you screw up modding that bad where, like... it crashes the game when you press right-click. It is a point-and-click game. Okay, whatever. That's not the point. Point is that we have this to fill out. Even if we beat Walnut Bowling, there was no way we were doing Dr. Zomboss's Revenge. Or we were even getting to it, because Pogo Party's there, and we had to skip Last Stand as well. So... only thing to do now is to just fill out my PvZ1 tier list little thing I built for this stream. Because I said I want to do this for a while. I've been debating. I thought, what the heck, why not? I'm sure it'll be fun, video or not. So, let's go ahead and do this. Let me get a drink here. Now, let's see. So I will be adding the PvZ2 mods that I played, but, you know, it takes a minute to add them or, you know, import them. So unless you guys want to wait 5 minutes doing nothing, I'm not going to do that to you. We will like slowly go in, you know, what is it? Freaking fill in these things as we go. So first off, we got PvZ Blood Moon. That is what we've been playing. You guys living under a rock did not read the title somehow. Overall, I mean, let's see, this is like baby's first hardcore mod. Like, it feels like it, because you have some very easy levels and some that, like, there were some, like, you know, 5-9 that was pretty tough, but that was also really fun to play. But a lot of them, or not a lot of them, but a good chunk of them were actually impossible. For example, 2-1, ain't no way you were doing it with like 125 Sun Potato Mine, even though it was buffed. And that's like the tutorial of using PvZ tools for any newbies. But no, seriously, for real though, this was a pretty fun, like, hard mod. I did get some enjoyment out of it. There were days though where I was like, I don't want to play this today. So overall, I mean, I'll put it. I don't want to give it like a B tier. Maybe I'll move it up to low B, but I'll give it high C. Um, we'll go with all right. Let's start with PvZ DLC then for the new ones. DLC, everyone knows this mod. Um, everyone knows this mod. This is like the one that who is it? Salem? Oh, I don't remember his name. Um, but that dude made this mod, and a small team. This is the nighttime, the one that has the nighttime roof in the forest, where Crazy Dave gets freaking kidnapped. And I mean, that one's also a pretty good mod. I do like this one. Not really. I only really like it for the challenges though. I'm definitely not. I'm definitely the outlier when it comes to that though. A lot of people would definitely put this like a high, very high. But I only really like them for like the challenges, um, or like the extra content that they add. Most of the content that DLC adds is like, because you have what is it? The limbo page, right? That is already in the game. It's just been like kind of tweaked for you to actually be able to play them. But then also you have stuff like uh you have the stuff like, verses and co-op. Those are also fun, but they require parsec, and I tried getting parsec to work. It's kind of difficult, at least on my end, or at least on me and my friends' end that we tried doing it on. Um, let's see. Anything else do I want to add? Overall, the adventure is like, it's pretty okay. I feel like I've played better Night Roofs, honestly. Um, but overall, I mean, it was very inoffensive. I'll say that much. I will say, okay, you know what? Screw it. I'd rather play Blood Moon than DLC. I don't know. That's definitely a you know a hot take or like unpopular opinion. Um, this is just kind of like a whatever mod to me. Again, it's fun. Don't get me wrong, but it's just like PvZ one again. And when you think of just think of my perspective for a moment, because I've been playing like PvZ a long time. More PvZ one is it's you have to, even when you select hard mode on this mod, right? You have to restrict yourself because PvZ one, you go too far into hard, it suddenly becomes like impossible at some if you get terrible RNG. And that's just how zombie spawning works. That has nothing to do with the mod. Um, I'm glad they stayed safe, but in my personal bubble, most of the content here is like too like I can only do in short bursts because it's almost like actual PvZ one for me. It's too there's not enough happening in like the beginning of the game. I don't know if that makes sense. Um, but just take that with you know take that as you will. PvZ Plus. Everyone should know this mod. This should be like the first hard. If you've stayed in the community like for a single second on like modded, everyone should know what PvZ Plus is. This is just PvZ hard mode. This is what Shy Guy Mask played back in 2021. Hopefully that jogs your memory. This is another like good hard mod. I will put it above Blood Moon. There's definitely a lot more that I like about Plus than Blood Moon. Blood Moon is like there's a lot of jank here. Um, a lot of stuff I like, but a lot of jank. So maybe I will put it just high C. I will put this high C. I'll put this like mid C. This is like very inoffensive. Um, but this on the other hand, this is like high B. Delturbia. Okay, I'm sorry guys. This one, Delturbia just didn't do it for me. It's a fun mod to interact with. I'll put it in D. It's a fun mod to like play, like as an first experience. But then when you come back to it, or at least when I came back to it, to play the and I redid a save. there was a lot of things I did like. The art style was charming. The music also charming. It had its own style. There was a lot of like, not a lot of times you see people do like only um, 4 lane environments. They even make their own environments. That's another thing. The world map is really cool. And part of actually now thinking about it, I probably want to put that like low C. Um, but with all of that, there's a lot of stuff I didn't like about it, especially with this update. I don't know what they're building up to with it, because if anyone has played Delturbia or just watched a video on it, you know that there's some story going on. But a lot of them are like Deltarune and Undertale references, and it, at least to me, that comes off as like that almost comes off as like the Hello Neighbor thing um that what is it, Tiny Bill did, where they like started asking Matt Pat on Twitter to like make a theory, and it's like I don't know if they actually have a story, at least from what I can tell, and like thinking about possible things that are happening. I can't think of a story. Like what? There's an eyeball boss. There's a Terraria reference in there somewhere. Um, and sure, it was kind of cool. It was kind of creepy, but it kind of just happens. Like the first two worlds have no hint to that. There's no hint to what's happening there, and suddenly you get to the third one, and that stage like has lore, and then you also have the lore like showing up in the a certain spot in the main menu, which I don't remember, but it had to do with a picture somewhere on a tree. I'm sure you would be able to find it if you were looking for it. But again, like PvZ is one of those things where it doesn't need a story, and I'll get back to that with Reforged, because Reforged has a different case in which I actually like the story for, or the story that they build around it. But this one, it feels too vague. The story that they're building up to feels too vague and like too up to interpretation. And I don't know if that's for like the community to build the story for them, and then that's how they build the story itself. But with like stuff like Deltarune, for example, right? You are actually like, there's foreshadowing. I feel like there was no foreshadowing in Delturbia when it came to story. And I like myself a good story, but there's foreshadowing in Deltarune. There's like, hints and like things that make you think, oh, what's about this? Delturbia didn't really have that. It was more like, at this point, I'd probably be called the tearless guy. I've been wanting to do this one for a while, so let me cook this up. Again, it's just it doesn't feel like Delturbia has a direction. They want to spread too much, for me to really enjoy it, or like find some enjoyment. And even gameplay wise, it gets a bit boring because there's a lot of plants where you'd rather just use one over the other. Like, there's a rose in that mod. There's a rose with a sword or blades or whatever, and bro just like slashes the zombies, and it's really powerful. It's like that basically carries you for the rest of like endless and whatnot. It's kind of silly how cheap it is for what it does. But then you have stuff like Goop Pea Shooter, which get like absolutely ruined by laser beam, and then you get like Fume Shroom the world after, so there's not really much of it kind of, there's a weird like balancing dynamic that happens. But that's enough of Delturbia for me. Let's carry on. We got Brutal next. Brutal is like, everyone knows Brutal. I'm gonna put Brutal in like, I'm gonna say it. I think Brutal's D. It's not something like EX or EX plus. These two are way more enjoyable, but Brutal itself, I didn't really have much fun with, and I can't really land the reason why. But I think it's just because a lot of the plants that were in it didn't really have many interesting changes, in my opinion. Like what, Pea Shooter attacks faster as like it as zombies get closer to it. Like that's kind of silly. Like you can barely even tell the speed difference. Not to mention that like I can't remember off the top of my head of like other changes, but I just I remember wanting to go to EX and EX Plus more. Um, and with that actually, Brutal EX, I liked it. I liked it. It's not as good as PvZ Plus, I don't think, but that's actually what I want to talk about because Brutal EX Plus way better. I like it that one way more. I don't think any of these are A. Um, maybe. I think Brutal EX Plus can be like a low A, actually. I think that's fair. Both of those were way more fun than Brutal. The only thing that, Brutal EX Plus does over Brutal EX is that it gives like zombies more variance. There's a lot more things happening, a lot more things you got to think about. I just like it more for that reason. With Revoked, no one's gonna know what Revoked is. I guarantee you, none of you know what this mod is. Uh, but I remember telling you guys, but as a quick refresher, Revoked is kind of like, your first ever mod if you want to go into PvZ mods. This is like a good introduction. It kind of changes some of the stats of plants. Do I have Receipt in here? I do. Um, it kind of changes the stats of some plants. It's very casual friendly. It doesn't lean too hard into difficulty, even though some of them are a bit more difficult. Um, I think like well that's the thing, Intulus. The thing is that the it's hard to balance a lot of these plants. If you're changing everything, it's very hard to balance these plants. The thing is like Delturbia, there wasn't really a lot of balancing here. I felt like I was meant to like gravitate toward the same five things. With Brutal EX Plus, I was forced to like look at different options more often than Delturbia did. Like I was able to use, I was able to use like basically anything, but that's another thing. Like it was kind of just I don't know. It didn't really it didn't really click with me when like knowing a lot of this shit is like way more overpowered that I could be using. With PvZ1, like standard PvZ1 in Brutal EX Plus's case, there's only like 50 plants, and like a good chunk of those do damage. Most of the plants, like for example, if we go to the plant tier list, most of the plants on the bottom here only suffered from being unchanged. But if you take those out of the equation, and like actually think about how they would be in EX Plus, the only things that would be down here would be Split Pea and Puffshroom. Or sorry, Puffshroom. Scaredy Shroom. Otherwise, all these guys will be way higher, which means that I have like a lot of variety still in the grand scheme of things. Um, it's just like here though, this was, I can't really. I'm not gonna go on a tangent about it again. But Revoked. So this is like overall, uh, it was fun. It was fun. It was like a low B experience. It wasn't anything to write home about, but I will say like if it was up to me and I had to tell one of my friends what mod to play, if they want to get into like PvZ mods, this would probably be one of my first introductions. I don't have expanded and enhanced up here. I know some people know that one, but I actually never ended up playing that. Maybe we can play that at some point. Travel around time. This is an S. I've talked about it before. Travel around time is the one of the pinnacles of actual like PvZ modding. Both PvZ 1 and 2. Like I think this is a good experience to have. It definitely made me a better player. Like there was a big spike in difficulty, but they also give you a big spike in plants too. A lot of things are changed. They even introduce new plants, make some harder levels out of the zombies, or harder extra levels even. That like expansion for 2 whole new worlds, but also, what is it? what? But I guess two whole new worlds, quote unquote. But they also everything's like a new world technically because it's like it's got a whole different like scheme. There's a theme of everything. Uh, so like Roof has the Roman era like catapult zombie changes into the guy who throws vases. I don't remember his name. Um, but yeah, no, like a lot of this is super cool to see when it comes to travel around time. And I wish more mods like took from it and actually learned what makes travel or makes a PvZ mod like you know visually appealing instead of just slapping gramophone on top of some zombie head or instead of some zombie head and like putting a cone on it. Like that's not interesting. Like at least change the texture. I mean, some of them are original, but like some like Jester, they get added. But even then, those zombies are like, they're their own things. Like Jester acts as its own thing. Anyway, sorry, I don't mean to like keep us on the same mod. Expansion, I don't actually remember this mod. Can you guys give me a minute? I do remember playing it. I just don't remember this mod at all. Expansion. Oh, I have a lot of downloads for these mods. There's like 4 different ones. All right, I'm loading this up. I don't know if it's going to load up on stream. It is not. I'd have to select the new game. Because you're going to hear the audio, though. Yep, it was slight little pop right there. There's another flower pot. Oh, wait, you guys can't even hear it because it's not the same game. Okay, that's okay. That's okay. You know what? We can get you guys in here. Just give me a second. Window capture. That's okay. Those are my files. But no. Where is it? Is this not it? I don't think this is it. It's not showing up here anywhere. Would it appear as this? I don't think it would. No. I don't know. It's not appearing. Okay, well let's switch back then if it's not gonna do anything. Well no, it's just gonna stay like that. Okay. Whatever, we'll turn that off for now. I'll voice what I see. So I'm noticing guys sorry, I'm laughing at the avatar name. Anyway, what is this? So 400 watermelon, or 400, yeah, 400 some watermelon. This looks like it's just a stat change kind of mod. Are the zombies any different? Oh, it's loading. No, this is just a stat change kind of mod. So I won't lie, it's very jarring all of a sudden seeing Buckethead Zombie be gray instead of gold. Okay, sorry. Let me go back here. I'll close them on now. Okay, so expansion I won't rank, I guess. But Giga. This is the mod where like every zombie gets double HP. This was a fun challenge in some levels, but other ones that were just kind of like not noteworthy. I mean, it was kind of cool the first time, but I'd never spend my time playing it again. It's not because it was hard or anything. In fact, it was quite the contrary. I mean, a lot of them there was like some extra challenge that you had to think about, on some levels, but other ones, because they show different zombies. There are only certain zombies that really benefit from actual like increased HP, like Buckethead, for example, compared to something like what is it? Maybe Snorkel zombie wouldn't really benefit from double HP. That's just an example. Anyway, Hell of Time. This one, okay, so these two I'm getting confused about, and I need to look this up because I saw Hell of Time. I saw He. I didn't realize these were 2 separate things. So allow me. PvZ Hell of Time. What was this one? because they look very similar. This one, it looks like people played quite a bit. Maybe if I. Oh no. Oh no, guys. No, no, no. This is not a good mod. Chat, listen. This. Okay, so that's also getting me confused though, because I don't know whether I have to move this out of the way so I can actually see your guys' chats. Um, maybe I can get this showing on the big screen this time. Because I would like to. Um, PvZ Hell of Time 1.9. Actually, that it looks like I have two versions of this. Okay, we're gonna have to figure this out. So, Hell of Time, I will open up the latest version. Sanity update. I don't remember insanity update being a thing, but sure. Okay, can I show this on like actually this time show this on no, what the heck? I want to show this. I want to show this mod. Why does it not let me? I don't know. Apparently I haven't played through this whole thing. Um Let me check out the almanac. I want to see anything. Snow Gatling Peach, Wind Sunflower. I'm definitely gonna have to play this again. What is this? Holy, I don't remember some of these changes. Okay, well, let me tell you, I'm gonna go ahead and click quit because now I actually have a good idea of what I'm looking at here. Hell of Time, this is F. This is actually a terrible fucking mod. Okay, let me explain. So, basics, this is the only thing I have a problem with that makes this an unenjoyable experience from my memory. Basics have a variant that spawn in every level, and they're chocolate zombies. They have, they have the chocolate that you feed Stinky the snail. They have that as the browncoat's head, and they're smaller, but they're super quick. They made 2-1 dumb. Every night level was dumb because I had to save scum and I had to reset over and over and over again because it took him 2 seconds to run into the lawnmower at the first wave. I had to roll perfect RNG for that not to happen. And even in the day levels, they were super annoying. Not as annoying because I don't remember actually if like P-Shooter helped or not, but they weren't as annoying. Um, but this is just an F. This is not fun. Now maybe if I play a bit more, that might change. Because again, I'm going off based off memory. But this I remember hating, and that's probably why I never ended up finishing it. Now horror edition, this is like, see, this is more of a skin mod. I only added it because the only thing that really gets changed is that, uh, you know, brown coats have slightly more health, and by slightly I mean 2 hits, 2 P-Shooter hits more. Um, so I don't really want to rank this either. Now thinking about it, okay, he. I'm loading this up. Oh, Ollie woke up, or no, he just rolled over. Um, Let me check he. Ironically, they're right next to each other because of or at least in File Explorer, because they have the same thing, or you know what I'm trying to say, the same what is it? Like they're kind of in alphabetical order. I forgot they share. Sorry, I got flashed an anime girl on the loading screen because I forgot the mod does that. Um. Okay. Yeah, that's. So I remember this. Can I at least show this mod? This is like. Come on. Why does it never show up anywhere? Um. I don't know. Maybe I gotta like remake the window capture. Maybe that's why. You see, window capture. Oh, you know what? I know why. I'm silly. Uh, sorry guys, give me a second here. Same executable. Put that right there. I'm sorry guys, I totally forgot. Um, go back. We want to, is it turn off 3D acceleration or is it full screen? And then you click back full screen. Again, I'm really trying to figure this out. I think what I did was I clicked off of full screen, and then what I did was, nope, it had something to do with 3D acceleration, I think. Yeah, here we go. And then we full screen. Whoops. No, it didn't like that. Okay. Maybe turn on 3D acceleration. There you go. Okay, so there's a little bug here. I don't remember why that it does that. I think you have to load in with full screen off. But ignore this. Ignore this for now. I will show you why this mod sucks. You guys can see this already. Yeah, okay. Sorry, I had a game playing, I guess. I had something playing, but this is basically what it's like from start of the game to finish. And that's not even counting the rest of the plants or the rest of the zombies. We got freaking gargantuars, which, by the way, they can throw any of these zombotnies from my memory. They can throw any of these zombotnies, including, and I've talked about this before on stream, but I'll say it again, the roof cleaner zombie who has a roof cleaner as his head. And what he does is every single time you walk, every single time you let him walk onto a tile, everything in that column he's at gets fucking destroyed. So you can imagine when he throws the imp and it turns into that everything that glides past him gets dismantled and flattened for no reason other than the fact that he uses atmospheric crushing depth in order to crush everything. It's something. I did not enjoy playing this. But I mean, like, there were moments, but as soon as I got to Night Roof, I never really liked Night Roof. Night Roof is not a fun thing. It's never fun. But I will say it was better than Hell of Time. Living Dead? This is the mod. I don't think anyone remembers. I don't even think the video's up of the guy who made the mod about it. But this is the mod where like every single brown coat has a screen door. And I'm talking every single one. The brown coats, cone heads, bucket heads, all of them have screen doors from the very beginning. And while it's possible, but let me tell you the difficulty curve. It goes from hard to very easy once you unlock Chomper because it's a 50 sun metal mod. Chomper is like nearly 600 sun. I think it's 575. But it's an upgrade plant. So if you put Chomper on top of a sunflower, it easily just, eats everything. because its digestion time is nothing. So it can solo the game for you up until pool, which is pool 3-10, which is why I have a save of 3-10 in case I want to replay it again. Because that level is the only level that difficulty spikes. Because every single world has an upgrade plant you unlock. So in daytime it's Chomper, but in pool it's what is it? In night it's Fume Shroom, but in pool it's Tallnut. In Tallnut you need to place on a walnut in order to plant, right? But what happens is that because 3-10 is a conveyor belt and you start rolling in Tallnuts and walnuts aren't on the conveyor selection, you end up playing an RNG game for 3 flags, which took me a good 8 hours to complete, by the way. I spent a whole day playing that level over and over again until I beat it. Because the conveyor keeps clogging up with tallnuts that you can't plant down because you don't have walnuts. And then you also have everything be in the screen door. When they hand you 3 Peter and Torchwood, and Torchwood is already counteracted, or the splash damage from Torchwood is counteracted by the screen door. Nothing can splash damage through a screen door, or those can't. Sorry, and 3 Peter's DPS is not enough to destroy that many screen doors. It's a very unenjoyable mod, both when it's easy and when it's hard. This is like bottom of the barrel unfun. Reseeded? Okay, I'm about to get some like flack for this. I didn't like Reseeded. I just even like again there was no difficulty issue, but a lot of the plants, because it's the point of the mod is to change everything, give everything a different like role or a different stat. In fact, I put it right here. Everything has to get a different role or a different stat, and what makes that a problem is that while it makes pea shooter like necessary for the beginning, or like you will consider puff shroom, you'll consider pea shooter as one of the beginning plants that you want to start off with. It makes other plants feel like you don't want to use them. Like for example, a repeater takes so long to shoot and fire because it's now 50 sun and is meant to be worse than pea shooter. And when pea shooter is like basically nearly unchanged, why would I use repeater? Because if pea shooter didn't get a buff to compensate, that means repeater is way worse. Like, I usually won't be touching repeater, and when I do, it's just for the fun. It's for the fun of it. It's when I want to put down Gatling P, which also suffers from the same problem as repeater for some reason. So why would I take an upgrade plant for a crappy plant? And then you have stuff like Ice Shroom, which makes no sense. You put him down, and then he does like a good chunk of damage to everyone on that screen. No frost effect, no ice. It just damage to everyone on screen. Let me tell you why that sucks. Okay? He costs quite a bit in order to plant and do basically kill nothing. He does quite a bit of damage to all the brown coats on screen, but he never ends up killing any of them. The only time where he will is when the mod decides to only send brown coats at you, which are levels, by the way. Those are levels that exist, and they're only possible with Ice Shroom. Like, it's ridiculous. I don't like it. It's not a fun challenge. Because, like, I see, like, only brown coats on my screen. Why not grab Ice Shroom? But then if I see one other zombie on the screen, don't grab Ice Shroom. Like, it's not that difficult. And it's not like a matter of it being hard or easy. In fact, it has a good difficulty if you choose. They give you different difficulties if you want to set your own difficulties. What's up, Zohan? But I didn't like, overall, I just didn't like Reseeded. Not in the difficulty sense, but in like the balancing sense. A lot of the things just didn't need to be changed. Trident. Okay, you guys probably know about Total. This is Total Death Edition. Anyone who's curious, um, this is what RCCH played, and you guys probably know this mod for that. This is pretty cool. It's not like it's fun to beat the levels that they show, but a lot of them are, I'm sure you've seen, flat out ridiculous at the end. Like no one's, of course, no one's able to like, or meant to be able to get to that point. And when you add, it really gets to the point where like you might as well blow your brains out as soon as you see like the sunflower and double sunflower zombies, which spawn 3 graves in one tile every second. The problem with that is that it crashes the game. It's not. It wasn't just on RCCH's end. That crashes the game for anyone. It's not a fun mechanic. Uh, like even if it just made you lose, it wouldn't be a fun mechanic. A lot of that stuff is like the same here. A lot. It had some good ideas, and I like the plant ideas that they had as well. Some of them. Hypnoshroom was kind of like really, but even the zombie ideas were super cool sometimes. But overall, it's like I'd rather touch Blood Moon. Yeah, that's right. Okay, Fusion. I've stated my opinion on Fusion in a streaming sense. I get really annoyed when people say, "Why are you playing this mod? Why don't you try Fusion?" Brother, everyone's tried Fusion. I've tried Fusion. I'm not playing it on stream because I've already tried it. Like, I'm sure maybe some of you guys would like to see it. If you guys do, I mean, I can't play it. But I'm just saying, like, it gets really annoying when someone's like, "Why are you playing this? You could be playing Fusion." Like, I agree, Fusion is a well built, well structured mod. I'm not disagreeing with that. But it don't say like, "Why are you playing this?" It's just a pet peeve of mine. Like, it gets really fucking annoying. Um, and like, cause I see it on YouTube Shorts all the time too. Like, even after played through the mini games, which I have to get to in a minute here. Or get to talking about rather. But overall, I I will say Fusion as a fan game. This was a good fan game. The adventure was fun. It was satisfying. Um, I really liked the end parts. I really liked from to end, like learning about the new mechanics, the new different systems they have, like the Lumo system, the magnetic system. They have the let's see, they have the slow down feature, which is almost necessary for some parts. Um, Odyssey mode, super cool. I love that. Um, and I'm sure there's. Oh, you know what? Ice Queen. Ice Queen is the best boss. Period. When it comes to like actual PvZ tower defense boss fights, that I've ever played. It's just knowing the specific fusion that you need to counter the boss and like figuring that out. See, like I scrolled through the almanac to find good fusions. Like, how can I make this plant work here? And then I see like it actually heals if it, or like it has a damage cap. I'm like, oh, that's cool. So I put it in the front, and then the boss. It's not easy still, but it makes it easier, and that's what's cool about it. That's what's cool about the Ice Queen boss. I really like Ice Queen. Um, Let me set this down for a minute because I have to go into the bad. The bad, there's a lot of bad with Fusion. I will say that much. There's a lot of some of the stuff gets buggy. Some of the stuff ends up making no sense. Like when you first get into the bosses, you aren't really told about. You're kind of just left on your own as soon as you enter like the Odyssey adventure. Um, and when that comes to like the bosses and all that, uh, in the actual Odyssey mode, that sucks. It actually sucks when you have to like learn about the bosses and whatnot because you have to like play that like 50 times in order to figure out what you actually are doing. And I ended up doing that. And you would always have the bosses appearing like every few stages or so, which is fine, but it doesn't really leave a lot of room for it's fun, don't get me wrong. I love the roguelike aspect to it. But I don't like the fact that a lot of them are so hard to the point where you need like a certain strategy to go along with it. And I'm talking about like certain strategies. Like I know there's a lot of stuff. There's a lot of like variety you can do. I mean, it's fucking Fusion. Come on. But the problem with Fusion comes to the fact that there's only so many until like you can't really experiment anymore. You have to choose one or like not choose any of them. Um, like it's don't get me wrong, it's fun, but also stuff with like mini games. I still don't know what like the common consensus is for the mini games or like the mini games, the Odyssey mode, all that for the difficulty slider. It feels like the difficulty slider wasn't really accounted for any of the mini games or the thing, and so much so that like the most recent versions, or at least in the English patch, tell you to, it says recommended difficulty 3 at the bottom on like the newest mini games. Like I shouldn't have to change the shouldn't have to change the settings. Like if I want the hardest difficulty, I should be able to get the hardest difficulty and still have it be like actually like possible. But then when you have like, I get it because the modifiers are, it's got like flat modifiers like 40% damage reduction or whatever. But that also gets in like the territory of you know, it becomes really repetitive when you like get into a, what is it, finish playing. Yeah, we finished playing Blood Moon. um Unfortunately I didn't get to get the Zomboss, but it's also just because we had to skip too many mini games, like Last Stand. What is it, Last Stand, It's Raining Seeds, and Pogo Party. All of those are basically, I'm sure Last Stand has something. It has to have something that makes it beatable, but I can't think of it in this stream. So we should definitely change mods on Monday. Um, anyway, back to Fusion. It's just the fact that like, I shouldn't have to touch that difficulty slider. And like when it comes to the plants too, a lot of the mini games that you would be playing that unlock you plants, they don't tell you any of those plants get unlocked there, by the way. You just kind of like have to look it up yourself, which is also kind of annoying. It's not friendly to a beginner interface. Now after playing it, obviously I know, but it's not friendly to like the beginning portion. Because even in the Discord server, I was having trouble figuring all that out. And even then, playing Walnut Billiards at like what is it? Like difficulty 2 or 3 was it kind of got on my nerves a little bit, instead of like letting it stay at difficulty 5. Again, not that it matters too much. I'm just saying it was kind of like annoying to have to do that. But overall, I mean, it was a pretty okay experience. It's more than okay, of course. It was a pretty good experience. I did enjoy Fusion. This is a good fan game. The randomizer. Okay, so PvZ randomizer. This is the mod where mod. This is more like, I guess it is the mod, right? Because you have a Python script that's running, and basically all it does is, I think it would be kind of fun. But this is basically what some speedrunners do. Or like some of them speedrun this, and it's meant for speedrunning. But it's also really fun to just play casually, where you can like unlock plants in a unique order, just a random order. You get sent to different random levels. You can set them to different random zombies. It's very customizable, is the thing. This is super fun, just like, kill time and whatnot. I really like this. with that out of the way, let me check my folder real quick. Make sure I'm not missing anything. Now, I have to be quite frank, guys. I have to, like, leave at 7, so I should be getting ready by 6. So I don't want to, take up y'all's time too much. And I'm sure, like, again, it's the 4th of July. I'm sure you guys want to, like, especially if you guys live in the East, I'm sure you guys definitely want to get to seeing the fireworks. But in the West, I have a bit of time to kill. Let's see here. Do I have what's in fan games? Can I see fan games? Garden. Okay, yeah. We should probably get to PvZ 2 mods. That's another thing. Oh yeah. Okay. What is this versus time? Oh right. Okay. Yeah, I have some stuff to add. Let's see, another day. Actually, I don't remember a lot of these. Ecology. I haven't played that, but I've been very interested in PvZ Ecology. I think I want to play that. Maybe not next, but at some point I would. PvZ Legacy. That sounds interesting. I think that might be just vanilla. Mixed money version. Money version. That sounds familiar, but I don't think I played. So I don't think that's really something I need to worry about. Nightmare Fediden. Oh, Fedition. Pizdanutza. This. I know I played this. I don't remember it. So we won't add it to the thing. But I will. Let's see, where is it? Let me go to the pictures again. Actually, screenshots. There we go. Let's close out of this. I'm going to start adding the PvZ 2 mods, and we'll go on. This will only take like a minute for y'all, so don't worry about it. We will. You guys, as long as you guys are patient, we shouldn't have to worry about this too much. All right, let's see here. So PvZ. Let's get to the PvZ 2 mods. Or well, PvZ 2. I want to say like. First off, let me click the fan games button. So we have. I want to first do Minecraft versus Zombies 2. That sounds. That sounds like fair. I will not separate the beta and the new version because I should be playing the. Chapter 5 got released, and I have to still play that. Let's see here, screenshots. Can I get this on here? Or is that that's probably just going to copy it and choose files. Minecraft, does that appear on stream, by the way? I want to see. No, it does not appear on stream. Okay. Go ahead and click back this in. That didn't make sense. That did not make sense, grammatical translation. Okay, Minecraft versus, is that, did I not select it in there? Guys, I feel kind of dumb. I don't think I didn't actually do that. I'm a dummy. Okay, there you go. Boom, open. Okay, cool. Sorry, guys. All right, Minecraft versus Zombies 2. This fan game feels like a fever dream. I'm just gonna say that flat out right now. If you guys know anything about Minecraft versus Zombies 2, this is a fever dream. It is a very good fan game though. This is very fun. It has a lot. It being a fan game, you guys will notice, especially with Fusion. You guys are probably like, if you think about it in a vacuum, like, why is Fusion this good? And it's because they have their own engines and everything. So like Minecraft versus Zombies 2 has its own engine, so it's allowed to do more unique things. And that like changes gameplay, that changes the actual like, story, what you can do. You can make the screen shake violently when you're fighting Slenderman. I don't remember I think Slenderman got changed out of the new one. Then again, it's been a while, so I don't remember. Don't quote me on that. But then you also have like Toho characters that just kind of like follow you around. And a lot of them, if not all of them, have been switched out for their own, like, own characters, with some homages to the actual characters they're based off of. And it's just really cool. I really like to see that the creator came back to Minecraft vs Zombies 2. This was a fun one, and I definitely enjoy it every single time I get back in. This is one of the low A's. With that though, fan games, we also have. I want to play Beautiful Town so bad, but I keep forgetting. Voice crack. As you guys can see, I have a lot of PvZ mods to play. Well, fan games, but a lot of them. Fusion. No, we got that. Okay, we can move on to Gardenless then. PvZ, whoopsie. PvZ2, there we go. Gardenless. I was about to spell FGTV. I don't know what was up with that. Alright, Gardenless. Can I zoom in so we have a good... Let me just do that. That will probably make the image look a lot better. There we go. Let's minimize that. Screenshots. Move this over here. Put in the folder. Let's move. Oh, whoopsie. I have to choose files. Keep forgetting. Gardenless. There we go. All right, guys. So Gardenless. If you guys remember anything about me and anything about what I've said about Gardenless, I hate Gardenless. This is actually F tier. I don't like it. Everything from like, in fact, I'd say this is like worse than Living Dead. I'm not a fan. It's just the fact that it tries to be, let's see, it's advertised as something it's not, and when, because it feels like they advertised both we're a PC port of PvZ2, but also we're our own thing, which is fine. You can add your own content, but then it's the difficulty spikes. There's a lot of difficulty spikes, and it's even inside their own content. Like, for example, Plantern. If you ever try to unlock Plantern, I've told this story, but I cheated. I technically cheated because they want you to put down primal walnuts on the minecart and keep them alive, and like kind of like, because all-stars spawn in, but they spawn in at like really wacky times. So you have to kind of like play a game of Pong with them by moving the primal walnut around and like deflecting them. But the thing is every single wave, it gets to a point where every single wave is too many all-stars for you to block before the primal walnut dies. So it's basically impossible to do it like that. What I did instead was I started planting them up front and then cheese the entire level. Now I'm only saying I cheated it because I feel like that wasn't the way, that wasn't the intended method, and that was probably because they gave you an empty minecart to put something on, but they only gave you primal walnut. So it makes no sense. But then like also like stuff like the conveyor belt levels, a lot of like even the vanilla content, for example, like the world expansions were not fun. And it's not the fault of, it wasn't the fault of vanilla. I'll even say this, it wasn't the fault of vanilla. Even though a lot of those levels are kind of BS, Gardenless did not help in those conveyor belt levels. If you ever fought Zomboss on Gardenless, there is many people, you can search up like PvZ2 Gardenless Zomboss or PvZ2 Gardenless conveyor belt, or like whatever level you're struggling on that has a conveyor. And I guarantee you, one of the first results will be a Reddit post where someone is talking about the Dark Ages Zomboss and saying how ridiculously difficult it is. And it's because they give you 2 conveyor belts, but because of that, and I don't know why, don't ask me, I literally don't know why, they give you two conveyor belts, but they don't cut the times in half for each conveyor belt. It's more than that. So you end up having less plants, and it makes the level a lot harder. I was stuck on a gardenless level for hours, and I know they give you like free power ups if you want to skip and cheese levels. That should not be in your game. If you make that in your game and put that in, if people are struggling, that's on you. There's a reason why people are using that. I turned those off because I didn't want to use them, and I figured out ways to not use them. Because I figured out, like, also Zomboss, if you guys want a hint, um, Zomboss gives you a lot of plant food when it comes to, the first phase. So you can save up the plant food, but then blast through, use up all the plant food on the second phase on him. So you skip the entire second phase. That way you don't have to deal with gargantuars or anything, and it's just like normal special spam with third phase. Now, it doesn't invalidate gargantuars completely, they still spawn, but second phase spawns them way more for some reason. Which makes the level way harder. So there's a little tidbit if you wanted a little hint there. But regardless, even when it comes to advertising, they say we're our own mod. We're like, it's supposed to be like part of the Kaizo community, but it's got vanilla levels in it. It's got the entire vanilla catalog in it. The vanilla adventure, it's all there. Which makes it more confusing as to why you would advertise it as not a PvZ 2 port, which they do. They also do that. And it has caused this rift in the community. Like, for example, Sea Dog Connor, that guy, when he was first trying to figure out how to play vanilla PvZ 2, or vanilla PvZ 2, how he should play it, people told him both gardenless or reflourished. Reflourished is such a better answer. Not only are you playing like actual vanilla PvZ, but those people know where the difficulty is at. They know where what the character development that they need to add. They have continuous LTEs. Gardenless has several difficulty spikes that are not beginner friendly. And people are only saying gardenless because they type in PvZ2 PC port, see gardenless, and then they put it in his chat. And he almost ended up playing it. This is not a... I spelt it wrong too. I spelt guard endless, not guard endless. Sorry, guys. But it's going to say it like that because I don't care. Actually, I wonder, can I delete this and then change it real quick? There you go. Let's screenshot that and then move it back into the folder. It's not gonna get removed off this tier list. This is kind of like just a one and done deal for the tier list, but I do want to do this in case I want to rebuild it again for whatever reason. But yeah, even the consensus of gardenless is there's a reason why it's so controversial, and I'm on the tail end of actually hating it. See, that's the thing. That's where they get you. It's not just a PC version of vanilla. And when it comes to several content creators who are it's not just Sea Dog either. Several of them were how should I play PvZ 2? They were recommended gardenless. They played, and they had difficulty and called normal vanilla PvZ 2 bad, which I sort of agree to an extent. They're modern day, it's pretty bad. Not the world, just in the current meta or current day where we live in, it's in a pretty bad state. But it's not bad. It's not actual abysmally bad. It's still playable. It's still good. But the mods that are released are just better. Gardenless actively sabotages that and just adds makes it even worse. Even indirectly makes the levels harder by having a slower conveyor and everything. It's not good design. That's where we'll end it off regardless, though. Now we have to move on to, let's see here, reflourished. Let's go ahead and get that screenshot in. Boom. And then this should only take 10 more seconds. Scroll this, move this over here. We shall choose files, reflourished, boom. Okay, see guys, wasn't that hard. No, okay. Reflourished. Allow me to get it. Allow me to drink this real quick. All right. Now that I am rejuvenated, I am tearing up because water entered my bloodstream. Reflourished. This is good. This is like, I don't know. I feel like it goes. I feel like it goes above PvZ randomizer. It doesn't go any further. This is a mod that, like, I mean, it's the quintessential mod. If you want to learn PvZ 2 or want to see it for the first time, you download this. Because it's got its own content too. It's very fun. There's a lot of characters. I love the characters. The characters are so fun. The new added NPCs. I love Misinformation, Hunteria, Zombert, all those guys super cool. And I'm glad that, like, I was even thinking, like, before they added that I was even thinking before they added the feature that they should, like, make the NPCs interact with each other, like, figure out a way you can have two NPCs talking to each other. Maybe that's like hard coded, but no, they did it. They did it, and then they add like several other worlds too. Like this, there's it's a small team, but they do so much, and it's ridiculous how we keep getting LTEs every few months at most, and then we keep getting worlds. Like, it's silly, and I love it. I'm surprised that, like, even with all the stuff that AB fan, or what's his name? I always get it confused, but I think it's AB fan. That's up, Asti. Even, like, all the stuff that happens there with him, it's like, how do you even get all this content in? That's why Reflourished is A tier. I don't want to give it S, and it's not of the fault of Reflourished. It's only just because I want to save that spot for other things, which is another thing that I will be adding up next right here. Let's see here. I want to put the full name. I want to make sure I'm not spelling this wrong. Just be sure. PvZ blah blah blah. I think that's right. Yeah. Oh yeah. Okay. I just had to be sure. I didn't know if there was an E in it or not, because I didn't remember. But let me go ahead and center this. Nice. Take a screenshot. No, that's not how you do it. Take a screenshot. Go ahead and boom. We will pull this in here. Go ahead and recenter. Choose files and paste that in. PvZ 2 alternate universe. This is S tier. It's such a toss up between these two, but I feel like alternate universe was so fun. Like, Crimson Front was so cool. I've already talked about it, but I loved how, like, you technically failed at like level 16 in Crimson Front, and now you've been traveled forward in time to see the aftermath. It's like, you technically lost, but you're still going, and I love that. I love more. That's how you write a narrative. You don't see that a lot in stories, and I love when they do that in stories. That it also, the gameplay is great. They have constant, like, stuff rolling in every single week. Yeah, sure, it's only like, it's only the what is it? But you get my point. It has specific levels designed for that. Same thing with Reflourished. They also have like Penny's Challenge and all that, which I do prefer over the alternate universe ones. But there's a lot more variety in the alternate universe ones. It's an S. Given, yeah, I don't need to say anything. Allow me to actually open up BlueStacks because I'm starting to forget some mods. I will get the next one underway though. Cliss. I gotta type in Eclipse because it's another big name that we have played recently that I have to add. Now Owen is not here, and maybe that's a good thing. Let's go ahead and put down Eclipse, choose files, bam. Okay. Guys, I'm gonna keep it so honest with you. I'm trying not to sound annoying. I'm gonna keep it so honest with you. This mod is okay. It's not like I'm not gonna say it's not inoffensive because or sorry, it's not offensive because it is. It is quite offensive when it comes to like uh just plant balancing in general. And also like if you don't separate the art from the artist, if you're not one of those people, that can also sour it for you. But in a objective like thought, as if this mod is its own standalone thing, I would say like it's fun. It's got fun aspects. I will say it's like probably ooh, I I won't say it's as good as Fusion, but it's around there. Um Eclipse has like some really weird level design choices, both in beta and alpha. Beta had it way better, but alpha, you know, had more concerning choices. Now, that doesn't mean that the levels weren't fun still. There were still some really fun levels. They have a ton of community content. Those are all really fun to play. Um, and surprisingly, I didn't crash as many times as I thought I would. Um, I okay. I have to disagree with the sunk cost. I love the sunk cost stuff. I love when the mods like go all over the top with sunk cost. That's also what I really liked about Reflourish's there was a Lost City. I think they had two Lost City levels, didn't they? Where they give you like the ancient plants, and those are like really expensive. I love those. Those were so cool. And getting to that point where you like buy powerhouses, chef's kiss. That is mwah, beautiful. Now that also goes to say that some of the expensive plants aren't really worth it compared to the other ones. Like for example, I don't need to buy tier 3 repeater for 1,000 sun when I can buy like tier 3 repeater who will end up just doing more for an extra 100. There's also the fact that you have stuff like mistletoe. Like mistletoe gets completely curb stomped by crystal shroom, and mistletoe is great. Like in any mod, it's great, but then it gets curb stomped by friggin' crystal shroom, and that only goes to show you how what the heck they were cooking in that, because it wasn't good. It wasn't good with some of the like nearly all of the new plants that they added. The tiers were also really fun to play around with. A lot of people didn't play with the tiers, and I think that's what most of the difficulty came from because no one really understood how to really play with the tiers, and they just kind of ignored it. So then they also struggled with it. Now you can do it all tier ones. You can all do it all tier ones. I did it all tier ones because I didn't understand the tiering system that well. Um, but it's also like it also can be kind of hurtful for you if you don't do that. Overall, though, it's pretty aight. It's not like crazy or anything, but it's pretty aight. Um, it's definitely. I heard. I had a friend say it was something like what are those thing called? Those things called like ROM hacks. Someone said that Eclipse was like a ROM hack, and I definitely agree. It definitely feels like that sometimes. Tier 3 intensive carrot. I still didn't know that it overhealed that much. I knew it was busted for a reason, but I didn't know what it was. And then you guys pointed it out, and I bought it. I was like, okay, well, um, Let's see here. You can close these. I don't think we'll need them anymore. All right, let me see our other things. Oh, you know what? There's one I have to add. I just thought of it. Go ahead and place your bets because if you guys have been around here, you know what you'd have at least good hunch of what is going to be added. Let's go ahead and Control X, Control V, choose files, boom, PvZ2 Quasar. No, no, it's oh man, it's kind of a contender for one of the worst ones I played. In fact, I'm willing to put Hell of Time up. I don't remember. That was the one that. Shoot. I am considering. I'm gonna put it up there, but it's like it's hanging off the edge. It's basically like hanging off the cliff, and then PvZ HE keeps like flicking its fingers up so it lets go, and that's what's happening up there. But F tier, all these guys are like given. These are all given. Quasar is not a good mod. This is not a good mod in the slightest. In the beginning, it was great, but then it led to false hope, and it turned into the first 4 levels being like tolerable, into, in fact, Ancient Egypt. I'm not gonna lie, guys. Ancient Egypt was the most fun I had in that mod, and that was a good amount of fun. I was surprised. They actually made Ancient Egypt not a chore. It was not a slog to go through or anything. That was fun. And then you get to like Pirate Seas and then you want to shoot yourself in Minecraft. It's not this isn't like, I don't need to explain. I don't need to explain anything. The only plants you need to look at is Apple Mortar, Electricity, Gloomvine plus Shadow Pea Shooter, and I guess that's it really. I mean, you can also include Tumbleweed in there, but all the rest, I mean, it doesn't matter what you choose. Like Fire Pea Shooter is also Fallen. We need to get the Fallen. You're right. Fire Pea Shooter. Hi, Ollie. Hi, Ollie. You want to say hi to chat? Yeah. No, you want to purr? Okay. But yeah, no. Like Quasar just wasn't. It didn't do anything for me that I liked. I think there's a reason as to why it didn't really blow up like the rest of the mods did. And why all of you were probably like, what the hell is Quasar? Well then, let's go ahead and add Fallen. Why don't we? PvZ2 Fallen. Whoops, I keep screenshotting at the wrong time and it makes this orange border on the screen. You guys might have saw it in my history last time, but I had Pixlr open, which it says it's AI photo editor. I don't think by the way, guys, I just want to say I don't use AI. That's like the only reason why I really gravitate toward Pixlr. I'm just telling you guys because I know some of you guys are like super anti AI, and again, I think there's a purpose for it, but art and stuff like where Pixlr's at and like graphic design, I don't think that's where you should be using it. That is definitely not a thing where you should use it at. I only use it because this is what I was introduced to in high school. So it, you know, I'm more familiar with all the workarounds and whatnot. Also, like, you know, MS Paint kind of sucks for that stuff. So anyway, Fallen. I want to put it S. I really do. None of you guys are gonna agree. I mean, maybe some of you, but even though it remains unfinished and it's not going to be finished ever, this is probably one of my most favorite mods that I've ever played. It left such an impression on me, and it felt so good, like hearing original music in PvZ2. Not every single time it is. It's a great feeling, but the melodies, I love the melodies, especially in the second world. Second world felt so good. First one, it felt all right. I mean, it was an introductory, but second alternate world was just, oh my god. That was like putting the most savory piece of chocolate cake in your mouth and then swirling it around. Oh god. I might even like play it again. I might have to play it again on my own time. It's that good. I really liked it. Now that doesn't mean that it doesn't have its problems, but that's also the same thing with Travel Around Time. That had its problems too. In fact, I will put that like below Alternate Universe. That had its problems too. But I feel as though Fallen just it had the charm going for it, and the charm was just it was great. Ender Ali Gollum and his team, I think that was his name. Anyway, but Gollum and his team just really cooked with that mod, and I'm sad that we didn't get to see more of it. But at the same time, I understand, and I hope that the rest of the team does well because it is a very. I'm really happy that, someone decided to make a mod like that where, you play through an alternate version of the world. Like it only makes sense as like a corrupted timeline. You have to. You have to add a certain. What is it? I don't need to finish my thought. You guys know what I'm talking about. Anyway, yeah, PvZ2 shuttle. I don't like it. I don't like shuttle. This is not a good. This is not a good. I feel like I'm being too mean to reseeded, but I think it has to stay high E. Shuttle is not fun. This is like the. This is this part of my brain that is like, do I think I deserve this? And when I feel like I have no self-worth, I touch this mod. There like if you guys see me on Discord and you see my Discord activity saying BlueStacks shuttle, I am in a depressive state. This is not fun. I want to get to the content. All the content in there is a lie. All of it is a lie. Like half the plants do like basically the same thing. You have like 5 melee plants in there, and all they do is have different attack times, with some of them doing like a little crit at the end or whatever. But that's just cutesy stuff because it ends up going to sleep for that amount of time right afterward. So it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter which melee plant you choose. And then you like start playing like you're like, well, what world should I play? There's so many to choose from. And then you choose like one of them and it has like 2 levels in it. And then you check out like the world right beside it, which is like Kung Fu World. And you see that not only does it have 30 levels, but then it has a second world. It has a second world right beside it with another 30 levels. Why? Why is that there? And then they add GTA World. That is actually more of a fever dream than where is it? Than Minecraft vs Zombies 2. Like I think it's a good as a beginning mod. A mod that just started out in the beginnings of the modded PvZ2 modded scene. It makes sense as to why it evolved in such a way. But then they also make it so that the game crashed. You guys saw it firsthand. When we updated Shuttle right after Fallen, and then we had to play it, I updated it, and then the game crashed. Like, I didn't get past the fucking menu screen, because they keep updating the mod to the more recent versions of PvZ2 Vanilla. And all the code in that doesn't follow with that. There's a reason why it keeps crashing is because they keep updating to a version that's incompatible with all the content they added. Like, Shuttle would be so much better if they just stopped adding content like a long time ago. They had to do it a long time ago because at this point it's just not, there's no going back. You can't go back from that. But a lot of the stuff would have been way better as its own mod. They should have reinvented Shuttle or do another thing with that. 2C, I haven't played enough of 2C in order for me to want to put it in there. I do want to put it in there, but I haven't. I know it's way better than International, but I don't know. You're right, though. 2C is very tempting. I'm gonna we're gonna hold off on it for now, and I'll think about it. Let's see what else we got. Requiem. Oh, Requiem's a good one. Requiem is a good one that I want to rank. This is such a good mod. Requiem. I guess I'll start talking about it while I get the picture in here. PvZ 2 Requiem, if anyone is unaware, is the mod where you, instead of unlock the plants, you purchase the plants from the shop. So if you see a zombie that's in a level and you don't have any counters to it, you have to purchase their onward, or you have to purchase a plant that might counter it based on what you think would be best. And while some of the zombies are changed and some of them are new, you never feel like you don't know what the zombie does to the point where it actually makes your purchase purchase invalidated. They also give you a ton of ways to earn money, so you never feel like you're actually soft locked anywhere. They also give you a ton of free plants at the beginning, which seem random at first, but there's a reason why they give you all of them, and that's so you can still figure out ways to counter all of the zombies without, even if it's a bad way. I really enjoyed this mod. I took a break at it at some point. I took a very long break from it at some point, and I think it was just because I got tuckered up by the end because I brute forced it. But also when I came back, I was like, man, I should have done this all in one go. It was really fun. When it comes to actual mods, I'm gonna say it's better than Reflourished. Reflourished has the better endless mode, or endless modes, but Requiem has the charm and the game mechanics actually working into the mod's favor. It stands out. Requiem stands out quite well as its own separate entity, and I like it for that. Let's see here. Clish, time. I can do time. Time is one that I played. It's definitely a mod of all time. Get it? Sorry. Okay, so time. You guys might not know this mod, but anyone who's curious, it's made by this dude named Tony in the PvZ community, or who goes by Tony. Don't know if that's his real name or not. And he's made several mods, but this is one of them. And this mod in particular adds its own levels, but also it kind of stays into the realm of vanilla, while also adding a new mechanic, which is the time mechanic, where I don't know if anyone knows that transition. You're probably not going to know it if I explain to you, but it's the blue, the blue and white, flashing from you, traveling in time. Whenever you travel in time in PvZ 2, to go to the next era, it shows the clock spinning and whatnot. That happens mid game, and it sometimes helps you. It sometimes stops time. It sometimes speeds up time though. Sometimes it makes zombies eat faster. Sometimes it makes your plants do whatever. Sometimes it sets zombies back at the back of the line. There's a lot that, with that being said, even though it sounds like an interesting mechanic, I found I got more annoyed than anything whenever it popped on screen, because it always blinds you from seeing what you're doing. It was more it was kind of cool at the beginning, but also some levels just felt like it was artificial difficulty, because a lot of them, do something it's only time stops, or it never does anything that helps the zombies, but other levels do only things that help the zombies, and you never know what's going to happen, which makes it almost unfair in a sense when something like that does happen, where it constantly does something, to change the time or the speed of the zombies. especially after they like shove an ambush at you. That happened multiple times at Big Wave Beach where they do like a low tide at the middle of the lawn. Suddenly, boom, time speeds. Like you can't do that. That's not fair. Um, this it didn't like satisfy me. Is what I'm saying. Anything else to the Storm Reprise? Addendum. Okay, addendum's gonna be the last one. Let's go ahead and get addendum here. How do I? Okay, so addendum. This was a very highly anticipated mod, not by me, but everyone else that has heard about it, had heard about it, and it got released. I don't know if it's still being updated, or if that's just like the only, you know, the only thing. What I do know though is that this was very enjoyable. This was a very fun mod. I I did like it. It was probably, I want to say probably high B. Um, super super cool. Some people might not agree, but it did the thing I really like where you have special levels that unlock you new plants that are separate from the adventure. You have like new areas as well, like ancient Egypt. When you go back to ancient Egypt, suddenly you're in a pyramid, and that counts as a nighttime level because there's no sun shining it from the sky, right? But then that also gives an excuse for like new mechanics, new zombies. Um, and just a lot of it is really cool. I like the art style that they do for the seed packets. A lot of the levels were super fun to play, and I was kind of worried because that was the time where I was like, do I really want to keep doing Plants vs Zombies or keep playing this? Which I did, of course, which you guys can tell. But like, there was a time where I was like, do I actually want to keep doing this? Because a lot of the levels feel the same when you play so many mods. This definitely changed my perspective. There's a lot more you can do with levels. Um, I mean, yeah, that's the thing I will say about Reflourished. That's also the thing that kind of puts it in like mid A for me for Reflourished. Is like, for some reason, a lot of the levels feel the same as of recent, and I'm not saying like the level designers are getting lazy or anything. In fact, they have to make so many levels. But there are times where like they'll give you, especially in LTEs, this is a different kind of critique I have of Reflourished as to what I was about to talk about. But especially in LTEs, they give you the same level, but then like change a few zombies out or like add a single zombie, and then they'll talk about it as a lore reason. So even though dialogue is very important to, excuse me, sorry, even though dialogue is very important to Reflourished, it's, I don't think it should carry the levels. I don't think it should be like that, or carry the levels like that. It shouldn't make you repeat a level with a slight change. Um, that's all I want to say. But I was also going to say, like, especially in Fairy Tale Force, I kind of felt the same way. Even with the card mechanic, because like, it was kind of the same idea, right? You had like the spells getting launched at you, and while it was fun, it was a fun mechanic. It still felt the same as like Collisionist Carnival. Because again, you're also moving mirrors around. Like, you're not using the mirror zombies to your advantage, of course, but you're moving like the mirrors around for with the tarot cards. What are they? The freaking playing cards. And while it's kind of cool, if I feel like they should have just done like it, they rather should have chose what world should have the cards. Obviously, it would have been Collisionist Carnival, but it only, it feels out of place, question mark. Not really, but it feels like a reused mechanic because Collisionist Carnival exists. I don't know if that makes sense. Obviously, they activate in different ways. Um, but that's my only like critique, and I get it. Reforce is a big mod. It's just that it being a big mod is also leaving it prone to repetition, and it's kind of the same thing as with Shuttle. And I don't want it to be like that. It's just like, especially another thing with LTE is I'm sorry, I keep ranting about Reforce. It's not going to bump down his placement anyway. I still feel the exact same way. But NPCs, they're cool, but it never. This is becoming a more like agreed upon thing. They're cool, but it never really feels like anything gets done with them. Uh, at least with like, no, we saw Captain Camo, right? He gets like, he was the first to go because we got to see him for a bit, and then we saw him in what is it? Assault Airspace. We saw him in Assault Airspace, and he gets to kick the shit out of, and then he doesn't do anything anymore. Like he'll show up, but then he feels more pathetic than anything. Like I felt scared when I knew him. Suddenly he doesn't do anything, and I'm worried that's gonna be the same as the other NPCs. Greedy, we still see like get some screen time, but he isn't there anymore. But even then, we still like face. I don't know if this is gonna make sense, but even when we fight like this, the people like misinformation who are very, those people or those NPCs in particular feel very, uh, like they will become one of the main villains, right? Or like one of the hardest ones, one of the last ones standing. It almost feels like though that whenever we do end up beating them, it doesn't feel like a beating. Like we don't feel like we won. And it's not the same as Altverse in like that sense where we actually lost, but it feels like I just spent my time doing something, and now it's another cliffhanger. It's almost like I'm watching. It's the same reason why I don't really watch anime. If you ask me what my favorite anime is, I will not give you an answer because I don't have one. And it's because every single time I watch an anime, I get bored out of like, the first season because there's not really, there's always a cliffhanger. And while it leaves me on my seat, it also like, there's no break. There's no break. I have to keep up with everything. It's overwhelming. And while Reforce doesn't have that overwhelming problem because there's not, not really that much information. It's just like, this character has this quirk about him or whatever. But we already learned about that quirk like a year ago, so why does it matter now? That's the thing. It's just like most of the time we're just seeing them interact with each other, which is fine. I do like seeing that interaction. But in the biggest sense, it really just like kind of whatever whenever I play an LTE as of late. Anyway, yeah, no, this is my tier list. Overall, I agree with everything in F. I agree with everything in E. D tier, this is quite all right. C tier, yeah. B tier, Evoke Eclipse Fusion, EX. Where's Oh yeah, Brutal EX Plus is probably up there, yeah? Yeah. Yep, okay, the randomizer. That's right, well. I could do this. These are kind of switching in between. I'm gonna put that up there though. And yeah, alright. Alright, chat. Well, I think that's the end of the stream here. We actually did good on time for all that rambling that I just did. 3 hours and 14 minutes. We actually reached quota. So, guys, this is my tier list for all the mods I remember playing anyway. Oh my goodness, I'm getting like cramps. Tomorrow is Minecraft. We will hopefully not have our internet cut out like last time. Last time it cut out because it was the entire area shut down for internet. I don't exactly know what happened there, but it got fixed. Hopefully we won't have that issue. So yeah, get ready for Minecraft tomorrow if you want to join. Make sure to follow my socials as stated before, though. Stuff like my well, why am I? Nope, there's my mouse. Stuff like my TikTok and Twitch. These are not updated yet. These will be the in like at least 2 months. TikTok will update faster, I think, but Twitch is gonna stay the same for 2 months. And then it will update to this. So if you really want to see it, just type in Kevwavi on Twitch, and then you can do that, or you can follow me on there. Everything else is the same. What else? What else? And I guess that's it. I'm gonna go ahead and take a shower, and then I'm gonna go to my friend's place. I'm gonna hang out for 4th of July, and then yeah, I guess that's it. I mean, yeah, okay. I just want to make sure I'm not missing anything. Well, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. Whether you were a lurker or you participated on chat or anything like that, I appreciate you guys. Um, it's super cool seeing you guys all always show up and like have some new guys showing in every so often, but also got the regulars. Let me go ahead and close this now. And yeah, thank you everyone for again tuning in. I hope you guys have a good night. Have a good 4th of July for everyone in the US. And yeah, everyone stay safe out there. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye, guys.